How does having a broader title on your YouTube videos give you more reach and more views on your videos? So one thing I've been noticing in a lot of YouTube videos is specifically how titles actually make a difference, even though he spelled OBS Studio wrong, S-T-U-D-I-O. That doesn't matter. But if you can go and see that what he has here is that it says make any mic sound expensive in OBS. So when we go and we take a look at it, right, which says make any mic sound expensive. This title specifically, what it does is it targets the entire niche of anybody who has a mic who wants to make it sound expensive, which is everyone on planet Earth. So by doing so, even though he has 268,000 subscribers, he has about 905,000 views. And when I first started looking at this, he was like in around the 800s, right, 870,000, and now he's at 905,000. So even though this video is almost 11 months old, you can see how specifically targeting an entire niche of anybody who buys a mic, right, versus this, right, where it's like make any mic sound pro in OBS for cheap. When he adds the cheap to the title, it reduces the amount of people that are actually viewing the content, because specifically what he's targeting is people who have a mic that's cheap. Whereas the previous video where it goes make any mic sound expensive, this could be any mic. This could be a $15 mic or a $1,500 mic. So that's where the major difference comes in. Now, if you look at his subscriber count, it's about 230,000, but the difference is about 40,000 views, whereas the difference in subscribers is not that big, but you can see by going with a title that's more inclusive of others, instead of adding the word cheap, and he added the word pro. So for the most part, people aren't going to specifically connect with that word, rather than make any mic sound expensive, so instead of pro. Now, if you look at also this video, right, how to make your budget microphone sound pro in OBS Studio. Now, you can see this was posted a little over a year ago. Now, with that being said, right, it's very similar to the same title. However, he has 230,000 subscribers versus 55,000. So what is the difference, right? He didn't include the word cheap, right? Make any mic sound pro in OBS for cheap versus make your budget microphone. So that's different. So it's not a cheap microphone. Anybody can consider a microphone a budget microphone. A $250 microphone could be considered cheap in some people's eyes. So when he says budget, it doesn't include this cheap tag to it. So he is able to get a larger audience to view it, but since it is saying budget, that's why he's getting less views specifically on it, because he's targeting people that have budget microphones. Now, obviously, a cheap microphone and a budget microphone can make a difference, but because they both use the Pro and OBS, right? But when he does OBS Studio, there's different types of OBS studios, right? You have Streamlabs, which is also based off of some sort of OBS studio. But even then, when you're making your titles for any of your videos, specifically make sure that you try to include a niche. So if I'm making this video, right, this video is going to be how titles make a difference on your YouTube channel or something like that. The thing is that I'm not going to say for my specific niche, which is nonprofits, because if I want to do how to make a YouTube title for nonprofits, that niche is so much smaller and provides less valuable information to people in general. Whereas if I make a title that says something like how to make a title for your YouTube channel, that appeals to anybody that's trying to make a title for their YouTube channel based on actual evidence of what I was looking for, which was mics.